voice of the Social Solidarity Food Drive, as we just played that ad. Hey, morning, gents.
Good morning.
Morning, Steve.
Good to have you back in the studio with us. Welcome back.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's a weekly thing. You're making a habit of this now.
It is. It's a good habit. I like it a lot. Are you gentlemen well?
Yes, Steve. Very
Excellent.
well, thank you.
Excellent. In this time of COVID-19, that's a blessing. That's not to be overlooked, number one. Number two, how's the campaign going?
Very well, thanks, Steve.
All happening, I think, under pressure.
I was just about to say, under pressure is an understatement.
It's
But
happening.
we're working hard on it.
It's happening. It's happening. Of course, it's all happening on the 6th of September, isn't it? That's the event itself. But leading up to it, there's so much work behind the scenes. People take for granted that when you say this will happen, it just automatically happens, doesn't it? Everything just happens by itself.
No.
Or not.
Unfortunately not. There's
Not
quite
quite.
a bit of organising, logistics, staging,
Rather.
systems and compliances that we have to get and things
Sure.
like that, and engineer certificates for whatever structures we put up so that we are compliant.
Sure, indeed. Just the health and safety side of it, the engineering side is a massive campaign just on its own. Never mind all the agreements and so on. Christian Family Church grounds that are going to be used.
Absolutely, and we are so ready for it. We're about 480 hours away from the event. Can you believe it?
You know,
As little as that.
when you say it like that,
It sounds scary.
It suddenly arrives home, doesn't it?
We check it every day on this counter, so it's counting down by the second.
480 hours.
Yeah.
Gosh, now that sounds like it's just about to start.
Absolutely, Steve.
How many more people have come on board since we chatted last week? Have you had a great response with the companies that you're chatting with? If we can start maybe with the farmers and then go into, are the companies coming on board? Are the nationalities coming on board?
Yeah, the companies are on an ongoing basis coming on board.
Yeah.
Contributing as a company to one of the charity organizations. And what the companies do is just bring one of their vehicles with the curtains on the side of their trailer with their markings on it, indicating that they are contributing. And obviously down the line we'll be listing all of them as to who contributed to the campaign. And then coming back to our farmers, obviously they're timing it with a particular crop. So we're just confirming again as to what they're going to contribute so that we can achieve our tonnages. And we've got many other companies that are contributing smaller amounts, but also directing where it should go to, because it's, at the end of the day, we've got to make it easy for everybody to participate, but also be happy who they're giving it to, you know. So, and it seems to be working very well for everybody at this stage.
Now, this concept has a great sense of ownership in it, and I think you've designed it in such a way that whoever's partaking in it has a great sense of ownership. The fellows from the farming community have a sense of ownership that they own a certain contribution. They're making a big difference. The companies have a sense of ownership in that they're becoming involved. Many of the charities have a sense of ownership because of the recognition that's coming through on a formalized basis. This is obviously something that the community needs right now. Everybody feels that they want to make a difference, and right now where we're lifting from level 3 to level 2, people want to know that they exist and they want to be recognized. And that ownership and recognition is critically important, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Also exposing all these charity organizations that exist that many of our community members are not aware of. But what's more important here is the people that are going to contribute know who they want to contribute it because they have trust in that organization.
Sure.
And this is where we want to aim it at, is that when people give it, they give it with a good heart, knowing that who they're giving it to, because they recognize those particular groupings, is that it's going to get to where it must get.
It's a fascinating concept, and we keep on going back to the grassroots of this, in that it's not been seen on this scale before. It's a massive organization and a massive amount of organization, a massive amount of energy, and a massive amount of vision that it's taken to get it to where it is right now. Is it going according to original plan, or is it developing and growing its own identity?
Yes, it's growing its own identity, and it's growing even bigger than what we expected, simply because it's so easy for anybody to participate and to contribute where they want to contribute to. So that's where it's making a difference. But people like yourself, Steve, Platinum radio stations, are making it easy with your sponsorship, which we appreciate very much, like many others.
Sure.
We've got MMS cranes that have come on board to supply a crane to hang the South African, and offering forklifts and things like that to help load whatever comes on board. So many others are going to participate. For us, it's on the logistical side, especially when somebody requests that their contribution goes to a particular charity. We have to really make note that it gets to those right organizations at the end of the day.
Sure. Organizations coming on board, are there more companies, clubs, organizations,
associations,
friendship groups?
Associations coming on board, and groups coming on board, and countries. It's quite busy.
Yeah.
It's really busy.
The bikers are quite an interesting group, because the bikers groups are increasing as well. As they get to know about it. They formed the bikers group. They'll have their own tent on site, because some of the bikers groups do have their charity organizations that they'll be collecting for those particular charity organizations that they support. So once again, supporting who they feel like supporting, and that's attracting other bikers who in turn also got their charity organizations. So collectively we'll be getting more stuff for them than what they would normally get on their own, type of stuff.
Fascinating. And I'm sure so many different groups, so many biker groups, for example, want to be doing something after having been, locked down and shut away. We've all been hiding away in a cupboard for months. Now we want to get out there, and of course springtime is coming out at exactly the same time. So it's a wonderful opportunity for us to all get out and about in an organized, structured, yet COVID-19 respectful way.
Correct.
It's very important. The COVID protocol has to be followed. Masks on, don't leave your vehicle, drop off at the event. We are structured inside, so COVID protocol will be maintained at all times. And it's a one-way direction when you drive into the premises. There will be marshals and boards indicating, and every country will have a flag on, so people will see, hey, that's Solidarity Helping Hands flag, or there's America, USA's flag, or the Portuguese Forum. It will be structured inside, so it's easy. And then we will also be streaming the event on the day. We've got a company streaming audiovisual to devices, to the internet, so you can tune into the website, socialfooddrive.co.za, click on the watch live. You can see exactly which group is now entering the premises, because it will be the bikes, and first the trucks, and then the bikes, and then individuals with their motor vehicles.
So this brings me to the next question, because we've had a few responses come back into Platinum Gold Radio, where people have asked, hey, what's going on here? I want to be involved. So let's go through some of the questions. Number one, how do I know when I can arrive and it's not going to be a huge traffic jam that I have to wait in 5 kilometers of traffic jam to be able to drive through the event itself? And I think you've just alluded to that by having a look on the website and the live stream. We should be able to indicate that.
Yes, there's a watch live where people can see the audio visual on their screen. And if you don't want to use too much data, you can just click on the listen live, and you will still catch what's going on at the event. So you can still listen.
Or any one of the radio stations that are broadcasting from the event as well.
Yeah, no, you're going to be there for sure.
Oh, absolutely, without a shadow of doubt. We wouldn't miss it.
Yeah, I just also want to add, Steve, is that the cars mustn't come too early and make use of this audio visual, because they will then know when they need to come through. Because we wouldn't like somebody sitting in their vehicle for 3 hours. So you'd normally go through the program, it's speeches, and then the trucks will be leaving first. That will go to the government food banks. And then it's the motorbike's turn. So if you're at home, you can just go check on your audio visual, and there'll be a camera on the entrance, and you'll soon find out when the cars are coming in, and you can join them. Or if you're on a motorbike, you can start joining the rest of them.
So it starts at 9 a.m. with all the formal speeches, etc. Thereafter, the program gets underway. So anyone coming through with a motor car can realistically expect 10 o'clock onwards?
That's correct. But again, just for a double check, as you know, things can always go a bit pear-shaped. Just make sure, go on the audio or on the visual, and it will indicate as to where we are at that particular time.
Perfect. You seem to have all these bases covered.
Yes.
You've done big events before, clearly. One or two.
Yes, the Caravella event,
Yeah.
which was pretty successful at Monte Cassino.
Yeah, one or
which
two
we
people.
enjoyed, yes.
Many thousands, my goodness, overwhelming Monte Cassino.
The other thing I want to mention as we go along, people with their questions and that, it's not a distribution point for food, it is a collection point.
Yeah.
So we want to make
Has
that
to be-
clear.
has to be
So
seen as
because
that.
we've had many phone calls requesting food, and we said to them, this is a collection point, and all the charities will be doing the necessary distribution.
So one of the other questions that came into us was, I'm a small organization and I do something on behalf of charity. How can I be registered? How can I be recognized as a needy charity with yourselves?
I'll speak about Benoni, what's it?
Elevation Hub.
The Elevation Hub.
Yeah.
In Benoni, it's like a bulk collection point where they then distribute to the smaller charities. Because
Okay.
unfortunately we're limited with space, and obviously because we've got to be COVID compliant.
Sure.
So we're going for the bigger groups who in turn then feed into the smaller charity organizations. If I take our Portuguese community, we've got 4 charity organizations on the day, but we're delivering to one point, and the 4 then share it amongst themselves. So it's more of getting the bulk distributed down the food chain.
Sure. But at this stage, we're looking at this event being a collection point only. So it's an inward focus to
Correct.
collect. Companies have asked the question, how can they be involved as an entity, as a group? And I think we may have spoken about that briefly last week, where we said you don't have to register a company coming along as a group to come and donate something. They can just arrive as a group. It's up to them to collect and collect themselves in one big party and move through.
Yes, that's correct. And if they want to organize and they're going to contribute a substantial amount, and for them to earn their recognition, they come with their vehicle that's branded, and they will park it with the rest of the vehicles there that is in an obvious position.
Sure. Sure. Do companies have an opportunity to fly their company flag as they drive through? They
That's
want to
correct,
be
yes.
seen to be doing something good.
Yes.
Everyone wants to be seen to be doing something good. Can they come through with their branded vehicle and say, oh, look how great we are, we're associated?
Correct. They just need to communicate with us.
Okay.
All right, I have a contact number where they can phone and speak to us directly. 073 546 9528. I'm just going to repeat it slowly.
Yeah, please do.
073 546 9528.
Do they come directly through to you, or who do they speak with on that number?
Shimone.
Shimano.
Shimone, and that's a central organizing function point.
That's correct. Or they can go onto the website.
Socialfooddrive.co.za.
Social Food Drive, one
This is our
word,
WhatsApp
.co.za.
Yeah.
Okay, let's just go back to that. It's a WhatsApp number only.
Both, but it's better to send us a WhatsApp.
Yeah, sending a WhatsApp is convenient.
Yes.
Many people do that these days.
Okay, the
Many,
number once
many
again.
millions. Yeah.
073 546 9528.
073 546 9528. WhatsApp, SMS, send a voice note. No, WhatsApp is preferable, but that's the kind of thing. That's the number. Contact Shimone and find out more information, or register if you want to come through as a group. Just let people know that you're coming through as a group with a flag on top of the vehicle, or etc. If people want to know what sort of donations they can make, this is a food drive. It's really focusing upon a food collection point. Can they bring other things other than food?
Yes, Steve, for example, the Salvation Army, they can bring clothes, We've got the SPCA. They can bring dog blankets or blankets for Salvation Army or any of the other groups, Hospice, CHOC, which is the organization for the children's cancer, and so on. And we've got wildlife as well. So obviously the food is slightly different there.
Sure.
Or donations in money form. There will be collection boxes there. They can put some money in an envelope, drop it there. We've got security, so there won't be any problems with that because it's not large amounts of money. Or they can snap scan at some of the points, which we'll be notifying in the future, with their credit card if they want to give a bit of money to SPCA or Hospice or any of the organizations.
They can just head down to our website, socialfooddrive.co.za, click on the donations button, and all the organizations that's accredited by the Social Food Drive's banking details are there, so they can just make a donation prior to the event or on the day of the event or even afterwards.
Can people pledge a donation, or can they challenge another organization? Have you made a formal facility for that, where one company would come in and say, I'm putting down a donation of X amount and I'm pledging that, and I'm challenging another organization in my industry, for example, to come and do something similar? Have you made a formal platform available for that yet?
No, Steve, but I know the bikers amongst themselves have set that up. They're challenging each other
So
as
there,
to
so
their
there
contributions.
is, but it's not with you, it's directly between their organization on their own platforms.
Correct, yes.
Interesting. That was a question that we fielded in a discussion with one of our regulars a little while ago, asking, well, can I challenge the other folk? I said, I'd ask you on air. So yeah, you can. You just need to organize it, not on the Social Solidarity Food Drive platform, but organize it on your own platform. And yeah, it's healthy competition, all for a good cause.
Yes, Steve.
Like the sound of it. Absolutely.
Fantastic.
It must be getting exciting. I mean, the energy is tangible. We can feel the energy, we can feel the enthusiasm, and we certainly understand your excitement about it all. It is the whole contingent, and I don't want to say group of people, I want to say the family of people that are making this happen. As excited?
Oh, very much so. I think the outsiders are more excited than us, so it just spurs us on, Obviously, we got to deal with our challenges, the organising and the logistics and everything that goes with it.
Sure, but that excitement is infectious, isn't it?
Very much so, Steve.
It's catching on fast.
Yeah, absolutely.
It really
Fantastic.
is. And of course, big hats off to Christian Family Church. They've come on board with the facility, with the venue, and they're an iconic place, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yes, very much so.
And it's very centralised, so it's very easy for the west, the east, the south, and the north to get.
Everyone
together
can
in
get
one
there.
place.
Two major intersections off the motorways leading directly to it, very close by, relatively close by.
No, we are
Easy
blessed.
to get to.
We are blessed. We really, truly are blessed with this venue. So that's a great blessing.
And of course, it's
easy
spring.
accessible.
It's springtime. I want to come back to that. It's going to be springtime. It's the 6th of September. In South Africa, we celebrate Spring Day being typically the 1st of September.
Yes.
Correct. Yeah.
So it's the right time as well. Dusting off and getting ready for summer. So it's the right time. It's a change of it's like a new leaf opening.
Have you ordered the weather?
The weather is very unpredictable, but normally, traditionally, spring day is a cold day. But a week later, I'm sure it's going to be a bit better.
That's kind of why I'm asking.
I know.
Yeah. We'll watch this one with bated breath. I know Manny's got connections in some very high places. We'll put in a request for good weather on the 6th of September. Absolutely.
I'm sure we will be blessed with good weather. So I'm positive.
Excellent. Where to from here? Can we chat with you again in a week's time? Can we catch up again and see what's happening?
Yes, Steve, we'll give you an update, and I'm sure we'll have more concrete information.
Oh, absolutely.
And
as and when things happen, share with us. We'll continue to interact on the social media, on the digital media, and certainly on our own platforms as to what exactly is going on.
So the easiest is just to go to socialfooddrive.co.za, click on the different social media links, and for more information on the contact us or on the cell phone number, which is actually a WhatsApp number.
Yeah, the WhatsApp SMS.
073 546 9528. 073-546-9528 or socialfoodrive.co.za. As simple as that.
Sounds easy.
Go like our page on Facebook.
Sounds easy, because it is easy.
Yeah,
you made it easy for people to partake and people to participate.
Absolutely, Steve.
Excellent.
Thank you.
We wish you continued success with this. It looks like it's going in a wonderful direction, and we're proud to be part of it. We're proud to be aligned with it, and we're just as excited.
No,
Excellent.
Thank you, Steve. Thank you.
Great to have you in the studio. Thanks very much for
you.
coming through. Have an excellent day, and stay safe, gents.
Thanks, Steve.
More information on platinumgoldradio.com.